Thank you very much for joining us. My name is David Muterian and this is DBN TV. This is our program, The Political Jab, and I fully welcome you to accompany me. I have a guest on studio. He is a politician who vied last year for Embu, the position of the county assembly, but did not make it to the county assembly panel. But however, he's here today because in 2022 he'll also be in the ballot box. And he will be sharing a lot for us. Mr. John Mureithi, welcome very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming to our studios.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, maybe you can, we only know you as John Mureithi. You vied for the member of the county, the MCA, the position of the MCA, that is in the previous election. And right now you are in 2022, there is something you're targeting. Tell us more about yourself.
Thank you, David.
Yes.
For even giving this chance.
Yes.
I'm happy to be with the DBN TV, and I need to talk more about myself. And as you have said, I find for a political seat. And let me say my full name is Addition John Mureithi. Normally people refer to me as John Mureithi.
John Mureithi.
So I think going forward we will be using the name John Mureithi. It's okay. I find for a position, that is the last general election, 2017, for a member of county assembly position in Embu. Unfortunately, the votes were not enough. That's what I always say. The votes were not enough. And I managed to get quite some good votes and during that time. And purely because one, I came a bit late. And also, I find as an independent candidate. So to market myself along with those big parties like Jubilee, it was a bit hard. But I really meant it.
You made it.
I meant it. As per me, I say I meant it because
now you are an independent candidate.
Yes.
And there are parties.
Yes.
Some are big parties.
Correct.
Did the party account to your failure to meet the required votes?
Okay, normally there's always a saying in Kenya that elections are not fair and genuine.
Yes.
And anytime you go in an election, you either win or lose. There's no number one, no number two. It's always number one. So partly, of course, due to the way the big party like which you are competing in, and my area is purely the area, the Embu zone, and more so the one which I was looking for that seat. It was purely for a certain party, which was that time it was, I would say it was Jubilee Party. So everybody was running for Jubilee Party because we are associated with Jubilee Party from my tribe. So everybody wanted Jubilee Party.
Currently, there is a government in position.
Yes. And
we had the big four agendas.
Yes.
What can you say about it? Are they really meeting the target, or there is a lot to be done?
In politics, actually, one of the biggest problems we have in Kenya is who do we elect? The kind of the people we elect, that's where the Kenya is the way it is. And I assure you, the four big agenda is they are just written on a paper. I don't think they will ever realize the whole thing, because you can see there is a lot of politics also, and whoever who is leading the four big agenda, they have been there. So there is no really change, which I think they will be able to bring in, even including the four big agendas. I don't think there is anything good they will bring.
All right, Raila Amolo Odinga lost to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who is the current president of the Republic of Kenya.
Sure.
And he came back and he shook hands, and the handshake is right now here with us.
Yes.
So they are working together.
Exactly.
I don't know if it is the case with you, because you lost to he who is in position right now.
Yes.
Did you go and did a handshake and work together? The ideas that you have add to what he had for the better of the people of Embu?
Let me say no, because the kind of the leader who was elected there is not a friendly person. And you see, the main purpose is when you are elected is to work for the people. That's the main key thing. Whether it was me or him, me being part of one of the people who he is representing, and having some people who are following me, because I was able to gather around 1,600 votes. All those people, they also need to hear my view towards the leadership of my ward. But unfortunately, we cannot be able to go and shake hands.
All right.
Listen, because I'm a threat come 2022.
Right, so 2022 you'll also be in the race.
Oh, yes.
Now, before we go to 2022, because we'll be sharing to us what you'll be having for the people of Embu.
Yes.
Maybe there are issues, or rather there are factors that you can really realize that the one who is in position right now is not doing the way you wanted them to do.
Sure.
And you can grade him that he's not really doing what was expected by the society.
Exactly.
What are some of those?
You see, in Kenya we have taken the leadership in another way.
Yes.
That if I'm an MCA or a member of county assembly, and probably I make a loan, there was no, maybe I do a malam loan somewhere, or probably I go and do a market somewhere, or probably I issue bursaries, because those are the key things which are done in Kenya. People always say I've done something, but let me say something, that if you upload a politician, maybe because he has done a loan, that is really not work. It's just like where you put your ATM card in an ATM machine, then you withdraw some money there, then you start grabbing for that ATM. It has given you some money, but remember that money is yours. So as in Kenyan leadership or in Kenyan politics, that when you see an MCA maybe doing a loan or so, that is not a favor. These are tax money. It's our money, which you have just given him authority just to manage that money. Please, we have given you this the 5 million. Can you do a loan for us? It is our money. What I see is an MCA should not concentrate too much on the issue of the normal things, that is doing of loans, issuing of bursaries, because those are normal things.
Basically, the load that is expected from them.
Yes, I think an MCA should do more than that. Like now, the issue of job creation, the issue of issuing a bursary or probably doing a loan, it will not be able to increase any job creation.
Correct. Allow us shift to 2022.
Yes.
What are your plans?
Of course, I have big plans for my people in Embu, and one of the things is the main thing is to create employment. That's one of my main things, because when every youth is, or every young person is working, then we would reduce so many things. Poverty, the issue of securities. There are so many things which we will reduce. So one of the key things, and it was also in my last time, 2017, my manifesto, was to at least to increase the number of industries or factories within my ward area.
Now, there's something you mentioned that you lost because of you are an independent candidate.
Yes.
And there was a big party which was Jubilee dominating in that particular area.
Yes.
Now, how are you prepared that this time round you're going to win in the same as an independent candidate?
Well, we will try our best to see whether we will be able to secure probably a position in the nomination for the big party. Probably we will try, but if in case we fail, then in case I fail to secure a position, then I will go for as an independent candidate again. But this round,
so you're still not yet decided? I'm
not yet decided whether I will go for as an independent candidate or with the ruling or the party which will have more voice. Because also Kenyan politics parties is a bit associated. There's a way you might go alone, you make it. You might go with a big party, you make it. So I'm yet not yet decided. But this time, even if I go as an independent candidate, I have more chances of going more and winning the seats.
All right.
Yes.
Now, some various counties have been highlighted to the issue to do with corruption.
Yes.
I don't know if Embu is one of them and how. And if you will be in position, what best will you do apart from those who are in position currently?
It's unfortunate. My county is one of the most corrupt counties in Kenya. That's an unfortunate thing. Just the other day, where we lost, there's some equipment in the hospital, in ICU unit. We have lost equipment worth millions of money. You just wonder how they just disappeared in an ICU. So currently, as we talk, the ICU department is not operating. So what I'm saying is, Embu is full of corruption. One of the things I think, and this can only be achieved by changing the leaders, nothing more. Changing the leaders and having the correct systems. And as me I'm concerned, I know I can be able to fight corruption because I cannot tolerate when people are consuming public funds.
Right.
Yes.
Maybe you just highlight and make it clear to the public. I don't know if you have been engaged in the issue to do with breaking the law in terms of corruption.
Not really. I've never been taken to any court of law. I'm a straight person. I do my own things. I'm a businessman. I've not been employed where I can say that I've been taking public money. So I'm a straight person.
Allow us shift to your profession. What are you doing currently? Because we understand campaigns also need capital. Maybe you tell us your profession and where will you get the capital to do the campaign? Do you have sponsors?
No, really, I don't have sponsors, but personally, I'm in business. I'm a businessman, and I've been in business for quite a long time since I completed my college. That is from 2006. So for the last 13 years, I've been employed. I've not been employed.
Yes.
But I've been self-employed. And I have also employed several people, probably right now around 25 people. My profession, I'm in ICT, that is Information Communication Technology.
Yes.
I do sell, install ICT equipment, and I'm also in the issues of security systems. That's what I normally do. I have businesses in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania and Rwanda also. Yes.
So basically you're a business person.
I'm a businessman.
Unemployment is a factor, not only in the county level but nationally, in the state.
Yes.
How are you prepared to ensure that young people will land into jobs? What is your strategy?
One of the things is to make sure the small micro enterprise, they are really given a boost by the government. But as you can see, currently we are seeing most of small business, they are being killed by the government. You find people in Nairobi, in places like Nyamakima, they cannot be able to import things, and once they import, they are kept there in the clearing offices without really being released for them to go and sell them. So one of the things is to make sure the young person is assistant in doing business, because employment are not there. The main thing is self-employment. So even when it comes to issue of trainings, we train the people on how to self-employ more than training for people to go to look for employment, because there are really no employment. So, but someone can self-employ and end up employing more and more. Like what I did. I did a course which would self-employ me, then I have employed more and more. So if I take my case and we have more youth, young people doing the same, then the issue of unemployment can really be reduced.
We have the handshake.
Yes.
A lot of forces from all over in every corner
Yes.
are now on board. The President of the Republic of Kenya is saying that stopped the campaign.
Yes.
The Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya,
Yes.
we can observe what he's doing.
Yes.
To your view,
Yes.
what is your take?
For me, I would say it's all the same. Everybody is doing campaigns. And one of the things I can say, everybody is not only the Deputy President.
And do you think that is justice to the Kenyans who expect you leaders to be working?
You see, one of the things is for a politician, it will never reach a time he keeps quiet. It will never reach a time. He is always on move. He is always making some statement which can be perceived as political statement. And you cannot, you cannot stop a politician from expressing his or her views when he meets in public. It's always normal. So for me, what I think is the biggest thing is, one, even if you are doing politics, you should be working. And you see, doing politics does not stop one from working. You can do a market somewhere. Maybe you can help youth somewhere, but still you are doing your politics. Personally, I normally I'm called for alarm-based in churches, and I have to live with a wand there.
All right.
Yes.
We have the referendum. Many of the leaders are coming out. We need a referendum to ensure that we punguza the mzigo. That is the slogan.
Yes.
What is your take in the issue to do with the referendum?
Referendum, let me say the Constitution is not a static document. So it can be changed any time. And people should have time to rethink about what they are the kind of the constitution they have. We have the best constitution in Kenya currently, but we have some few things which need to be rectified. For me, the issue of punguza mzigo, I really support it personally, and actually even we could go even further to reduce the number of representation, because we have a representant, and we cannot take everybody to work with the government or to work with the assembly, because Kenya is not a company. Okay? Kenya is not a company. We normally, people are paid from taxes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, we had the handshake. Let me repeat it again.
Yes.
And that is when the opposition leader Raila Odinga came and did the handshake with the president.
Yes.
In case you lose again 2022,
yes,
will you go for the handshake?
That's the most something I'm just wondering, because now we cannot. You see, there's no government which does not have an opposition. If a government misses an opposition, then the people will suffer, because government should be checked.
So does it mean that the handshake dismissed the opposition party in the republic?
Of course, yes. How will you dismiss someone who you sit with and enjoy the national cake? It is almost next to impossible. So I mean, for me, I always see Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga would have maintained being in opposition so that he can be able to check the government. When he checks the government, the citizens and the mwananchi will not suffer. Because if he's there, we know that he will be able to see where the money is being, if there is a corruption, he will be able to check on the corruption. If, let's say, there is the issue of taxes being increased, he will be able to mention that, because he is not benefiting. But now, currently, he is benefiting with all these things. So I guess everything will just... I always tell people, really, there will be no development this loud.
All right.
Yes.
Now, as we wind up, because of time, I will wish you to face this camera and maybe you talk to the people of Embu, who will be your big voters. And in few words, you just tell them what you expect from them, and you ask them to maybe do a support to you.
Hi, people. My name is John Mureithi, as I said, and last time general election, that was 2017, I was vying for a member of county assembly seat, and 2022 I'm looking forward for the same seat or for a higher seat, just to come and change the leadership of Embu. One, in my ward, as I said last time, we don't have a factory where we can be able to employ youth and people. We need a factory there. It's the only one in Embu which does not have a factory. We need to have a factory, and I had a proposal. I had investors who are in there, and they were willing to come and invest in a milk processing factory there, which can be able to absorb both directly and indirectly in a form of employment, because it can be able to employ farmers, and also it can be able to employ indirectly the workers there. So I'm looking forward come 2022. I'm on the list, and I'm saying kindly this time we need to see the person who to elect, because we need that change.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. We also wish you all the best. That is the DBN fraternity. Thank you for coming. Good luck.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
That has been John Mureithi, an MCA who vied, that is in 2016. And in 2022, he'll also been in the ballot box. People from Embu, I hope you heard from him, his manifesto and what he have for you. We'll have to wind up from there. My name is David Muterian. This has been the political